I like to do workshops and residencies that empower others to see what they can do, to see what they may have thought was impossible. I like to teach workshops and residencies that show students that they have choices, that they can do anything they put their mind to, and that there really are no boundaries, that they can see beyond what they think is a boundary and just kick that wall over. There was a woman, Carolyn Anderson, from what was then VSA Arts Nebraska, said, have you ever thought about teaching workshops and residencies for those with disabilities? And having a disability myself, I'd never thought about it. I'd always wanted to try to hide the disability or just make it not a big deal. So I didn't know if I could really do that, but I did it and I found that I really loved it, and that was the work that I wanted to do the most of. So that's how it started.
Well, Fran has worked with Y Arts for quite a few years. As we know, Fran has cerebral palsy. He was born with it. So when Fran brings art and workshops, he's really bringing a double type of thing. He's bringing his experience as an artist, but he's also bringing in how somebody with a disability can still very much achieve success in that career. So watching Fran do a workshop, which he does very well, and if we take an example, theater games, where you're up and down and you're doing this and you're applauding, watching Fran will literally wear you out.
I have worked in 68 different elementary schools in one single school district in 1 year, and every population is different. So even if we're doing a simple residency on the American Revolution and tying it to theater, every population is different.
He just finished doing Romeo and Juliet with 3 special ed high school classes. I think it was North and Burke and South High School, putting together a performance of Romeo and Juliet with basically the classes had developmental disabilities. So that whole core of that audience takes a lot of ability to be able to work with to adjust what you can do from session to session.
It's about understanding that the teachers, by and large, in general, want a way for the students to be able to express themselves and be able to work their curriculum in different sets of modalities. So it's about understanding what the teacher's needs are and what they want to achieve. And I usually go into a meeting and say, what do you want your kids to accomplish? And they will give me a list of goals, and I'll say, well, here is how I think we can accomplish them, and I'll write out A, B, C, and D, and I'll basically give them a giant roadmap. Collaboration, I believe, is key. It is key to be able to work with everyone around to understand what the global vision is and what the tasks are underneath all of the global visions and how we can accomplish that together.
And the other thing with Fran is he not only does workshops, he goes out and finds his own jobs. So he is very, in a nice way, assertive. He finds his own money, he finds his own grant. I walked into one organization, they handed me a check to do workshops with it. With Fran, it's never been that easy. So.
And I think that's important, that we give inclusive opportunities for everybody. I want to make the world an inclusive place where everybody has an ability to share what they've got to give, because we've all got something. And we all have to find our place in the world. And these students need to find their place in the world just like anybody else.